Hey guys, welcome to the Casual Duelist channel. This is Oz with
Josh over here.
Yeah, with Josh Jaff boy, and I don't know if the mat is a good sign or not, but what are you playing, Josh?
I'm playing Subterrors.
Yeah.
As if it were a secret.
Okay, so you want to go ahead and get in the profile?
Alright, so first off, the most important card in the deck. 3 Subterror Fiendus. She is twofold. She helps you start your plays if you don't have anything else in hand. And she is a really good hand trap because she can negate, you flip a face-up Subterror, you control face down to negate any effect, I believe, that your opponent has. Yep. It activates a card or effect, so not just, it gets both, so
pretty crazy.
Banish effects from grave, basically anything. So 3 of her, play 4 or 5 if I could. And then 1 Subterror Nemesis Archer. She's basically just a floater, so I basically just play her because Nemesis Warrior, which I'll show later, can summon her from deck if you want to activate a card like Dark Hole, and you'll be able to float off that and still maintain somewhat of a board.
Okay.
3 Subterror Nemesis Warrior. I play 3 because my build is mainly based off using his effect to get your plays started to summon synchro monsters and that sort of thing, which I'll explain later. So I really think 3 is necessary in my build. So basically, he can dodge removal, foolish, summon from grave. He basically does everything you want. Recursive threat. Your opponent needs to banish to stop fully. For the Behemoths, I have 1 Styo Kraken, just because he can pop back row or face down monsters. Combos with the Umastrix, or Ultramaphis rather.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
2 Umastrix. Or I guess it's somewhat combos with the Umastrix, because you can banish what you don't want to destroy. So this lets you flip effect, target any monster in the field, banish it. So bad against Cosmos, but
good against almost everything.
Good against almost everything else. So this will be an annoying card for your opponent. 1 Phosphor Glacier. This is the playmaker of the deck. I might bump it up to 2, just because if you draw it in your hand, it can kind of complicate some combos. Flip effect, dump any card from your deck to grave. Opens up a lot of possibilities, especially in the future with Linkuriboh and Level Eater. So keep that in mind once Linkuriboh releases, because this card will be your best friend.
Crazy card.
2 Stalagmo. This is the Destiny draw of the deck. It's kind of suspect. I might consider carding it to 1 because it's if you don't have cards in hand, it doesn't do anything. But if you get it going, it can really help you get ahead.
Nice. Yep.
And I think the worst thing about him is his defense value. It's 2100, and he doesn't have effect that kills the opponent's monsters, so you just kind of hanging.
Yeah.
2 Ultramaphis, high attack, great effect. Because if you know Ultimate Conductor Tyranno's effect, he's basically got that effect. Flip all monsters on the field face down.
Pretty good.
So one thing I have to say about this card, if links become really predominant, I know they're somewhat predominant now, but not extremely, but if links become the only extra deck type people play, this card becomes a lot worse, so you might want to consider cutting it down to even 1 or 0. But you can still use it to disrupt link plays, because of course the link summon of materials must be face up.
Yeah.
And finally, that's the end of the Subterror monsters themselves. So for non-Subterror monsters playing 3 Gofu, this card might get hit, but if it doesn't, it's really good, and I'll show later in the combo section of the video. It can really help Subterrors get going. 1 Glove Bob. This is part of said combo, which I will illustrate eventually. But you send it with Phosphor Glacier. 1 Maxi, because it's a good card. Stops your opponent's. Doesn't stop your opponent's plays, but greatly encourages them to stop their plays. And then just 1 Ghoster, because I have it. Just a good hand trap to stop opponent's plays. If you don't have it, you can just fill it in with basically any air card you have. 3 of the Field Spell. This card's really great. You always want to see it. Helps you get your plays going. Rhoda's has a affect your opponent's turn where you can stop their attacks. So if your opponent doesn't read the card, that can throw them off. 3 Terraformings to find said card.
Until it gets hit.
And then I guess you could play the trap coming out, Metaverse, as a replacement. 3 Instant Fusion, similarly to Gofu in the deck, and I guess Fiendus. It can help you get your plays started, I'll just show this now. Because this, you can summon this out, which he can flip himself face down. And all the Subterror behemoths can summon themselves when a monster gets flipped face down. You have all face down monsters. So that'll help you get started. So I played at 3 because you just don't want to brick.
You want to see it.
2 Pot of Desires got reprinted, so it's cheap now. And you don't care terribly too much about the cards in your deck. It can kind of mess up Subterror Nemesis Warriors effect, but you should still have some targets on your deck after the activation, and you really want to see the Subterror Final Battle Trap, which I'll get to later. You want to draw that card. 1 Reinforced Army. As I said, Nemesis Warrior is really important to my version of the build, so 4th copy basically. 1 for 1. Grabs Fiendus. Enough sped.
Your 4th copy?
Yep, basically. 3 of the Subterror Final Battle, so it does 4 things. It can either prevent your Subterrors from getting their effects getting negated, or you can flip them up in your opponent's turn, or you can flip them down, or you can make their attack and defense become equal to the combined attack and defense original values. So it's a really versatile card, and after you use it, it gets flipped face down, so you can use it again next turn. So if you, and especially if you have multiples of these, your opponent is going to hate you, unless they can destroy them with Twin Twisters, and then you're sad.
True.
Solemn Warning. It's a good negation card.
It's
all
pretty
around.
good.
It's been good for years. And then finally, 2 Heavy Storm Duster. I play this instead of Twin Twisters in the deck because this deck doesn't really like discarding that much. The only card that you really want to discard in the deck would be like Glow Up Bulb if you hard draw it, or Nemesis Warrior. Even then, it's not great. So if you're going second, you could side in Twin Twisters if you're really afraid of back row, but this deck doesn't like discarding that much, so I recommend that card. Okay, now to the extra deck. As noted before, 2 Raijins. I only have 2 fusion targets, the 3 instant fusions, but usually shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, especially with Desires.
Starts your combos.
Yeah.
The Synchros, 1 Naturia Beast, and 1 remaining Dragon Mech. This, if going first, stops your opponent from activating spells. I mean, they can activate them, but you can just negate them by milling 2 cards. Really good. And this, if going second, because you can banish your Glow Ball from the graveyard to pop a card if you have the chance to do so.
Yeah, it's the most aggro synchro, I guess.
It's like that because Naturia Beast isn't like proactive. Your opponent already has a board set up, unless they like have a ton of like spells you need to negate. It doesn't really do anything. And then some XCs. I should notice that the extra deck right now is kind of like doesn't matter that much what you play, except for the like really important ones. Like for example, these you can basically play anything you want. There's the only level 4 is Nemesis Warrior, but you can somewhat easily get rank 4s if you have a Nemesis Warrior in hand and keep reviving one. So this can just help. These cards here can just help you get over problematic cards.
Yeah.
This stops floating. This stops everything.
Castell's broke.
Finally, the new additions to our beloved game, Link Monsters. Link Spiders, these are used with Gofu, because Gofu makes tokens, which are normal monsters. I'll get into why that's so good. 3 Missus Radiant, because it works with the Earths. All the Subterrors gain an attack. Giving all the Subterrors attacks is actually really good, because basically all of them will get over 3k, and they'll have really high defense, and this also brings back Fiendus, basically, once it dies. It's basically what you'll get back almost every time. So it's really good in general. Bomber Dragon, just because it's a rank 4 you can make, because you can if you have
Link 4, you mean?
Yeah, rank 4. Sorry. If you have Gofu, you can somewhat easily make this if you really want to, just for burn damage. Deco Talker, it's another option instead of Mrs. Radiant and the Link Spiders for Gofu. And then similarly this. Just another. Yeah, basically the extra deck doesn't really matter that much except for like 6 of the cards. Okay, right now I'll go into the combo, 2-card combo for Subterrors. So you want the Hidden City and Gofu in hand. This is why I play Gofu in the deck. So first you activate Hidden City. Search up Nemesis Warrior if you don't have it already in your hand, or probably Fiendus if you already have Nemesis in hand for additional negation. So let's just assume you didn't have it, you're the unluckiest possible for this. So you have to draw, search this, summon this card, Excuse me. Summon 2 tokens. And then, you should probably know what's on this, just in case Ron has some shenanigans. They wanted to kill or go for some reason, I don't know. And you can use Nemesis Warrior's effect. There's no reason not to put that on the field this time. Then you should Link Summon into Link Spider. Then, I kind of have this in the wrong direction, I'm sorry. Link Summon into another Link Spider. And then, they're both Earths, Link Summon. This is Radiant, so this should be in the field. And then, use Effect. Send these both to the grave. Or, actually rather, it goes like this. I should be technically correct. Send to this grave, and then Tribute. Tribute. Summon it face down, use Effect to flip this up. Attack mode, I guess, if you really want. It's got a higher attack and defense. Use Effect. Or Chain Link 1, this, Chain Link 2 this. The reason you can do that, you can order the chains any way you want. If this is Chain Link 1 and this is Nemesis Warrior Chain Link 2, if your opponent has Solemn Strike, for instance, they can only strike the Nemesis Warrior. They cannot strike the Behemoth's effect. The way the chains are ordered. So you can remember that. It can be useful.
And this is the foolish guy, right?
Yes. So I send Bulb to grave. Use his effect. Summon him.
By like milling, whatever. Or
yeah, just mill
the
card.
top
So
card.
you
Yeah.
just have a random card in your graveyard now, and then use these 2 monsters, and then summon Naturia Beast. So it's a 2-card combo to get Mrs. Radiant. This card in your hand, because as I said, there's like 4 ways to get both the Nemesis Warrior and Fiendus. So you'll be able to negate all spells your opponents have, and this will be able to negate any card that can get over this. Hopefully, unless it's your opponent's Kaijus. Kaijus are bad. So this is a pretty resilient board for 2 cards.
Yeah.
And
He also gains the attack boost of Mrs. Radiant, right?
yes, so this will be 2,700. This will be 3,100. This is 1,900.
Oh yeah, they're all Earth. I didn't realize.
So they're all Earth. They all gain the bonus from Mrs. Radiant. So
And then if she's destroyed, you can add.
you could add.
Which one would you add?
You'd probably add. I mean, I guess
It's kind of useless.
You could add. I mean, if you still have the Brilliant Dragon mech, if this is still on the field, you can go into Brilliant Dragon mech.
Oh yeah.
If you really want it, if that was still an option. Or the best option is that you'll probably use this to flip this down to gain an effect. This will be in the grave. This dies. Bring this back.
Oh yeah.
And then you can.
She's Earth too. Yeah.
Yes, they're all Subterror monsters are Earth.
It's pretty great.
And also note that in Circuit Break, Subterrors are getting a new Link monster. I'll play around with that right now. They don't work too well with Link monsters, but this build I'll still play it as a one of.
Yeah, just to see.
And that is Subterrors right now in Link format.
Nice.
If you have any suggestions of extra deck monsters or main deck monsters I missed, please do tell me.
Yeah, we appreciate it. We'll try to get back to any comments if you have. If you have any questions for Josh, let us know. He'll answer them in the comments. Yeah, so if you want to see more of this deck or any other profiles, definitely stay tuned. And feel free to ask some suggestions. Subscribe for more content. We're trying to make more content more often now that we're back at school. And yeah, thanks for watching. Thanks Josh for showing. And yeah, hope you enjoyed. See you guys later.